Good morning, class 9 students of chemistry. Today I will continue again with the teaching of the sixth chapter, which is the study of the first element, hydrogen. So, children, we see that how in the last video we studied about the reactions and uses of hydrogen, how hydrogen is used in manufacture of ammonia gas. We saw in the last video hydrogen used in the hydrogenation of oil, hydrogenation of vegetable oil like palm oil, and hydrogenation of coal. We saw in the last video how hydrogen is used in extraction of metals in metallurgy, and we saw the use of hydrogen in welding and cutting of metals. We studied about the oxidation and reduction reactions with hydrogen. So today in video 7 we continue with the oxidation and reduction reactions using hydrogen gas. Example of oxidizing and reducing agents etc. also will be seen in today's lecture. You see, children, that two kind of reactions are there: oxidation reaction and reduction reaction. Now let us define oxidation. Oxidation is defined as a process in which an atom or an ion loses electrons. What is oxidation, children? Oxidation is defined as a process in which an atom or an ion loses electrons. So electrons are lost from the outermost shell, like in zinc atom. Do you see here in this equation, the zinc atom, it loses electrons to become a zinc ion, and it loses 2 electrons to become a positively charged zinc ion with a positive charge of 2 plus. So we see how zinc atom is oxidized to zinc ion. This is an example of oxidation reaction. Oxidation is also defined as chemical process that involves addition of oxygen. Now, how we add oxygen? In an element, we take an element and we react it with oxygen to make the oxide of that element. Let us take a real example. Here the element is carbon, children, and carbon is it is oxidized with oxygen to give carbon dioxide. So carbon, which was in a reduced state, when combines with oxygen is oxidized to carbon dioxide. Likewise, magnesium is reacted with oxygen to give magnesium oxide. So children, we see this as an oxidation reaction. Now let's see the other reaction. How oxidation takes place? It involves addition of an electronegative ion. What is an electronegative ion? Example, children, is chlorine. Chlorine becomes electronegative by accepting one more electron in its outermost shell. Let us take a real example. Here is iron chloride. Iron chloride, and when more of chlorine is added to it, from ferrous chloride it changes to ferric chloride. This is an example of oxidation reaction. Then zinc. Here zinc, it reacts with hydrogen chloride to give zinc chloride, and hydrogen gas is given out. So we see when electronegative ion is added onto an element, then it is the example of an oxidation reaction. Like here in the first one, ferrous chloride and zinc are oxidized to ferric chloride. Likewise, zinc chloride respectively is made by gain of electronegative chlorine ion here. Now let's go on. Removal of hydrogen. hydrogen sulfide gas is taken and this is reacted with chlorine gas, and we see that hydrogen is removed from sulfur. So sulfur here is oxidized and we see hydrogen chloride is made. So hydrogen sulfide is oxidized to sulfur by the loss of hydrogen in this reaction. So removal of hydrogen also causes oxidation. Then removal of electropositive ion or element also causes oxidation. For example, here is potassium iodide and here is hydrogen peroxide. When they react together, they give 2 potassium hydroxide plus iodine. So here in this reaction, potassium iodide, this is potassium iodide, is oxidized to iodine. We get iodine by loss of, it loses of electropositive ion potassium. So electropositive ion, it combines with hydroxide of hydrogen peroxide and iodine is given out. So potassium iodide is oxidized to iodine. Now what are oxidizing agents, children? The definition for oxidizing agents is an oxidizing agent is one that oxidizes other substances either by accepting electrons or by providing oxygen or an electronegative ion, which we had seen in the reactions above, or by removing hydrogen or an electropositive ion is added. So all these properties make oxidizing agents. So children, learn this definition. This is a very important definition from examination point of view, for board exam point of view. Thus, in the above examples given in oxidation, oxygen, chlorine, hydrogen chloride, hydrochloric acid and hydrogen peroxide are oxidizing agents. And all these equations that we studied here, we see that oxygen, chlorine, hydrochloric acid and hydrogen peroxide are oxidizing agents. Let us see some examples of oxidizing agents. First we see examples which are solids. Manganese dioxide, red lead dioxide and potassium permanganate. All these are examples, KMNO4, these are examples of oxidizing agents. Potassium dichromate, K2Cr2O7 and bleaching powder are also very good examples of solid oxidizing agents. Then children, let us see liquid oxidizing agents. The liquid oxidizing agents examples are hydrogen peroxide, concentrated nitric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid and bromine. These are all examples of liquid oxidizing agents. You can learn 2 of the examples of each kind. Oxidizing agents as solids, oxidizing agents as liquids and oxidizing agents as gases. So here children, we see that in gaseous oxidizing agents, the examples are oxygen, ozone, O3, chlorine, etc. Let us see some tests for oxidizing agents. These tests tell how these agents are oxidizing agents. Most oxidizing agents, they respond to the following tests. On heating strongly, the oxidizing agents liberate oxygen, which rekindles a glowing splinter. So, because oxidizing agents, they give out oxygen to start a glowing splinter to rekindle or catch fire. That's why they are oxidizing agents. Another test for oxidizing agents are that they may form a yellow precipitate of sulfur when hydrogen sulfide gas is bubbled through their solutions. So if we take solutions of oxidizing agents and we pass hydrogen sulfide gas, bubble hydrogen sulfide gas through the oxidizing agents, then they will form a yellow precipitate of sulfur, which shows that sulfur has been oxidized. Now, on warming with concentrated hydrochloric acid HCl, the oxidizing agents, they liberate chlorine that bleaches. And what does the chlorine that comes out does? The chlorine bleaches moist litmus paper. So this also shows that these are oxidizing agents. Another test for oxidizing agents is that on heating with acidified potassium iodide solution, oxidizing agents liberate iodine, which imparts a blue color to a freshly prepared starch solution. An oxidizing agent also turns potassium iodide paper brown due to the liberation of iodine. So all these are tests to find out that the thing that we have or the agent that we have are oxidizing agents. Then let us see what is reduction. Let us define reduction. Reduction is defined as a process in which an atom or an ion gains electrons. We saw that in oxidation, an atom or an ion used to lose electrons. But here in reduction, what do we define? Reduction is a process in which an atom or an ion gains electrons. For example, here is a copper ion. And this copper ion has got the charge 2 plus. That means 2 electrons are missing in this copper ion. When we add 2 electrons to this copper ion, we get a copper atom. So we see that the copper ion is reduced to a copper atom by addition of 2 electrons. Reduction is also defined as a chemical process that involves what? Removal of oxygen. So when oxygen is added, children, it is an oxidizing process, oxidation process. But when removal of oxygen takes place in a reaction, then it is a reducing process. For example, we take any oxide like copper oxide and we add it to an element to give a metal. For example, copper oxide, when hydrogen is added to it, then copper is given out and hydrogen removes oxygen. So it forms water and copper is given out. Likewise, in zinc oxide, when it combines with carbon, zinc is given out as a metal, and we see that oxygen of zinc is removed to give zinc metal and carbon monoxide. Then likewise we see that addition of electropositive ion, that also causes reduction. For example, in mercuric chloride, when it is added to stannous chloride, then we get mercurous chloride and we get stannic chloride. So mercuric chloride is reduced here to mercurous chloride in this reaction. Then we see addition of hydrogen, children. In addition of hydrogen, also we see reduction takes place. For example, chlorine gas is there and hydrogen sulfide is there. When these two react, then we see hydrogen is added to chlorine to give hydrochloric acid and sulfur is left behind. Thus we see addition of hydrogen to chlorine is example of reduction reaction. Likewise, here we see ammonia gas. When chlorine gas is added to ammonia gas, then we see HCl acid is formed by addition of hydrogen, which is a reducing action. Now, removal of electronegative ion is also an example of reduction reaction. For example, we have ferric chloride here, and ferric chloride, when reacts with hydrogen sulfide gas, it gives out ferrous chloride. We see there is a reduction because of the removal of electronegative ion. Chlorine is removed. So there are 3 chlorines here attached to ion. Here only 2 chlorine are left, and the other chlorine, it reacts with hydrogen to form hydrogen chloride, and sulfur is given out. Thus, removal of electronegative ion causes reduction. Ferric chloride is reduced to ferrous chloride by loss of electronegative chlorine ion in this reaction. Let's go on. What are reducing agents? Learn this definition by heart, children. A reducing agent is one that reduces other substances. How? By either providing electrons or adding electrons to them, or by providing hydrogen or adding hydrogen to it, or by electropositive ion being removed, or by removing oxygen or an electronegative ion. Thus, in the above examples given in reduction, we see hydrogen sulfide. In all these reactions that we have done together, children, which ones are the reducing agents? The reducing agents here are, in the above examples, hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, stannous chloride, hydrogen and carbon are all reducing agents. Then we see, children, that some examples of reducing agents are given here. Like we saw oxidizing agents. There were solid oxidizing agents, liquid and gaseous oxidizing agents. Likewise, we have reducing agent examples also. Let us look at some examples of solid reducing agents which remain as solids. For example, carbon, metals like zinc, aluminium, copper, sodium, stannous chloride and glucose. These are examples of reducing agents. Then let us see liquid reducing agents. Hydrogen peroxide, hydrogen iodide, hydrogen bromide, etc. are all liquid reducing agents. Then gaseous reducing agents, example, children, hydrogen sulfide, carbon monoxide, etc. are gaseous reducing agents. So in these examples also, children, learn 2 each, 2 from solid reducing agents, 2 from liquids and 2 from gaseous reducing agents. Let us see some tests to prove that the agents or chemicals that we have are reducing agents. Reducing agents generally respond to the following tests. Let us see the tests one by one. The reducing agents give out brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide when they are warmed with nitric acid. So reducing agents, what they will show? They will show brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide when they are warmed with nitric acid. Another test for reducing agents is they change black copper oxide on heating to red copper metal. This is also a sign of reducing agents. Another test, the reducing agents, they decolorize the pink color of dilute potassium permanganate or dilute KMnO4 solution, which is pink in color, is decolorized by reducing agents. So this is also a test. Another test is, children, that reducing agents change the color of acidified potassium dichromate, potassium KCr2O7. So K2Cr2O7, the color is changed of this solution from orange to green. So this shows the test for reducing agent. The last test, children, the reducing agents change the light yellow color of ferric salts to ferric salts to a solution of light green color. So due to the formation of ferrous salts, we see that the color changes from light yellow to light green color. So this is also a test of reducing agents. So children, in the next video we will go on with what are redox reactions. We will study in detail about redox reactions in the next video. So children, wish you all the best for today. Have a good day. Thank you.